WWE wants to be more sports like. They have the walk-ins, to the arena. They have the press conferences before and after the shows. And it seems like they really want to tap into that bag, which I'm not mad at all. But you know what they're not doing though? They're not utilizing trades. What makes sports fun? NBA, NFL, MLB, any sport you could think of. Trades, making teams better, making, organizations better, trading for the future. And I think that if WWE utilized that more, it would actually help them fill a lot of plot holes. Start a storyline, a story not working out. All right, let's make a trade so we get a fresh restart. I mean, Marvel gets to use the multiverse, so why wouldn't WWE be able to use the trade system effectively? And then that might even have to get rid of the draft, or that can help with getting picks for the draft, actually leaning into the trade system. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, man. I go by the name of Black Couch Booking, and I'm here with my brothers today. Here with my dog, Ed Fluency Sports. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Ed, talk to the people for a second. What's going on?
Not much. You already know where to find me at Influential Sports. Get some high quality sports content. Get some wrestling stuff. I'm ready to get into this. I think it's WWE should implement a trade system since the brand split obviously isn't a real thing. So implement the trade system.
And I'm also here with my brother, Rage Man, Reg, man. Reg, talk to the people for a second. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. Another great day to collab with the family, man. I definitely think they should. I mean, trading a trade system should be implemented, but I mean, it has been. It should be re-implemented, and I think there's also some with trades. There's some things we should acknowledge as well, as far as GMs. So yeah. So I think we could definitely use some trades now in WWE for sure.
And I'm definitely happy you said that because that's something I did want to mention before we get right into it as well, that it would actually give the GMs more things to do rather than just getting yelled at by their superstars and being forced into matches. Them actually having a purpose and serving a purpose and saying that they're the ones initiating the trade will actually make them look more competent as GMs. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make some trades of our own. And I'm gonna kick us off so I can set the tone so my guys know exactly what we're gonna do here. Obviously, we got a tier list in front of us and we got loads of time. So I want to make this first trade, and this first trade, I think that people are gonna be surprised by, but I think it's something that we definitely need. I want to see Rhea Ripley on SmackDown. I wanted to get her away from Io Sky. I want to get her away from the Judgment Day. Even if she's not interacting with them directly, I want to get her away from them. So this is what we have to do. We gotta send Io Sky to SmackDown, but who do we trade for? Not who you guys think. I'm gonna troll y'all with the thumbnail. In actuality, I know this is impossible right now, but once the Naomi, Jade, and Bianca story is over, let's make the smart decision. Trade Jade Cargill. Everyone wants to see Bianca and Rhea Ripley, so you can't do a straight up trade for Bianca. Wouldn't make sense. And if you're not gonna have Jade Cargill win the women's championship straight up for Tiffany Stratton, then there's no point of her doing that at all. Where you could just send Jade Cargill over to Raw and she could have a feud with Io Sky that would make her the heel that she needs to be, that she was in AEW. That's her best character work. So that's the trade that I would make. If they really paid attention to the trade system and wanted to actually elevate the stories. Influential sports, what trade would you make? Whether it be Raw, SmackDown, and then we got a little section for NXT because I know we might got one good trade in mind.
You stole my idea. You stole part of my idea. I wanted to trade Rio for Nia Jax. I want to see
Mm.
Nia Jax get moved, but I'm not gonna get into that now because I think I might have to think of something else for that. But send Dragon Lee back to NXT. I don't think the main roster run has been working out. They've demoted him to speed. If you're wrestling on Twitter, that's a demotion to me. So send Dragon Lee back to NXT and put Last Legend on Raw. I think it's time for her to get called up. She can do some good stuff in the mid card. Like I wouldn't be mad at her beating the Lotto for the IC championship.
It's a very smart man right here, man. Get Dragon Lee up out of there. Appreciate the efforts, man. Rage Man Reg, what trade do you have to bring to the table for us today?
So, kind of big that you did the Rhea and Jade because this, I want to. because the trade I got is kind of Jade is involved. She's not involved in the trade, but Jade is a part of the reason I'm trading this person. I also want to preface with this new trade system, it's not exclusive to divisions, genders, or spots on the card.
Mm,
Some real shakeups like this, which will then result in somebody having to step up. Like somebody big needs to go, like from a division, from a gender, for whatever. So with that being said, my first trade is I'm trading CM Punk to SmackDown for, again, I'm kind of bent you did this because I wanted Jay still on SmackDown, but for Bianca Belair.
mm.
Trading CM Punk for Bianca Belair straight up. I think that's an even trade. My reasoning, I think uh, CM Punk since he got injured in the 2024 Royal Rumble, I think his chance of going to WrestleMania or main event in WrestleMania has been like that's been a dead storyline. That was a dead stop, in my opinion. And he's taking up space on Raw in the main event division and on SmackDown. You could you can do so many things. You could reignite the Drew CM Punk blood food for number one contendership against John Cena or whatever. You can do CM Punk in The Rock, or you can do CM Punk, like CM Punk can do so more on SmackDown than he can do on Raw now, even as a part timer. In my opinion, he practically already, like, he basically a free agent. I mean, well, he's not a free agent, but he practically on both brands. So I would put him on SmackDown for that reason. He's bloating up they making Raw top heavy for that very reason. The SmackDown needs some more main event attractions, especially now since Cody's gone. And the same thing for Bianca on the women's side. I was gonna keep Rhea on Raw because they need stars on Raw on the women's side. So I think that, Bianca has done a lot as far as with the tag team division, helping build Jade up and reinvigorate Naomi since her return. She has some good matches. She's been carrying it. I think she should go to Raw now and just see where she go there. Just new change of scenery won't be bad. So that's my first trade.
Got you, got you. Not mad at that at all. I do think CM Punk would be good on SmackDown, especially now. We could get John Cena versus CM Punk for the belt, which SmackDown needs contenders. But let me make my next one that I think is kind of obvious that I've talked about multiple times on this channel. If I could just find the other guy, where is he? He's supposed to stand out like a sore thumb for whatever reason. Am I blocking him? I don't know where he is, but I'll say it. Gunther to SmackDown is definitely the move, in my opinion. I think Gunther on SmackDown, like we need more contenders on SmackDown for, the WWE Championship. And then we're not going to take away from Raw without giving back. So I would give back LA Knight, like I said previously. I think that would be a great straight up trade for Gunther and LA Knight, and then LA Knight could get a shot at that World Heavyweight Championship. Then you got Yeet versus Yeah, and the fan, let the fans choose who they want. So I think that would be a pretty even trade for the fans.
Damn, bro. You took Damn, I was gonna trade LA Knight for somebody. I had to pick somebody else now. Uh
For my next one, the send Newcastle Republic to SmackDown. I think
Okay.
they're a good tag team, but they ain't really doing nothing on Raw. And obviously, once Jay loses the world title, he gonna need his tag team partner back. So send Jimmy to Raw. Let him do some stuff in the big part division for now, while Jay got the world championship. Then eventually, once he loses, they back at the tag team, and we can get babyface Usos versus New Day.
I like that. I like that. That was a good trade. A 2 for 1, but it's a good 2 for 1 though.
okay. Uh Damn, I gotta think of something else to replace that trade. But LA Knight to Raw was definitely a trade for me. I was gonna make him to Raw, sending him as a heel, not as a face, because he just gonna get lost in the shuffle just like he is there. He needs to switch up. He's not gonna be. If in my opinion, I don't think. he has a ceiling as a face with other people, so he just him on Raw as a heel would just make sense. It would make him he'll have a free spot, and he may if he get hot enough on the heel side, he can even win the world title. So I think that with there's not too many heels like Logan Paul's part time, Gunther's practically part time, so he could take over that full time heel role on Raw, in my opinion. But my next trade would be straight up. It's kind of a package. I want to. Damn, I kind of don't want to say these at the same time. Well, it's two. Well, it's two separate trades, but kind of go together. So, the first trade is straight up Chad Gable for Solo Sikoa, Raw to SmackDown. Uh, I think Chad Gable or a Grande Americano, whatever one. You can extend the story on SmackDown if you wanted to, or you could you could just change him back to Chad Gable and he can be upper mid card to main event. We could really give him a real run. We could build him up. He can either stay at Grande Americano or he can then eventually transition back to Chad Gable, and that would again make him a main eventer. Solo Sikoa, I think he's done everything he needs to do on SmackDown, especially since losing to Roman. He's kind of cooled off. The change of scenery will be cool. You don't have to necessarily have him and Jay be involved. You don't have to do that at all. I think just a new change of scenery. Again, then he can also be one of those top heels on the full-time side on Raw, which they need. Then with that, I want also the Tongans as well at the Tongans specifically, just the Tongans with him on Raw as well for that reason. Bring them with Solo. For Liv and Dom on SmackDown, not as a package deal. You can have them as a package deal or split. I think they also have done their thing on Raw. I think while Dom is the IC champion, they're not doing anything with him as IC champion. Again, and the mid card for the IC championship is kind of bloated. You got Penta, you had Braun Breaker, then you got Finn Balor. It's kind of I think he just need like a clean slate. Raw just then they might be doing this thing with Roxanne. Then is he about to be in the middle of another women's feud? Like we need Dominic set somewhere fresh, new fresh slate. Liv is doing her thing on Raw. Uh, but SmackDown may be good too. I think SmackDown need more top people on SmackDown as well for the same reason. Yeah, I think Raw and SmackDown kind of light on main eventers. Crazy enough, like because I don't think Tiffany Stratton the main eventer personally, but yeah, both of them kind of light on the main event side. So those are two for me.
Okay, okay. I like that. I like that. I think Dominic could definitely do something on SmackDown, but I don't know what they would do with that championship unless they switch championship or just leave it. But this next one I'm doing what I'm saying in the NBA, sometimes you don't get one for one, sometimes you don't get one for two, sometimes you get one for three in draft picks, depending on how big the star is. So with that being said, I like to trade, this is assuming Jordan Grace doesn't win the NXT Women's Championship. I would have Jordan Grace going to SmackDown. SmackDown specifically, yes. And I would get rid of a whole stable to get her. Akira Tozawa, Otis,
Mm.
and Maxine Dupree. Originally, I was gonna throw Natalia in there, but I don't think sending Natalia to NXT, I don't think she deserves that. But Maxine at NXT, she can actually do some good stuff against Carmen Petrovich, Izzy Dame, Ariana Grace, and all them crazy people. So I think that would be a good trade.
Everyone wanted to have plenty for Alpha Academy. I was just gonna trade them straight off for Fraction, but
Mm.
guess we're not doing that. So all right, now I gotta think about actually this one's easy. Trade Grayson Waller for Ray Phoenix. We need the Grayson Waller Austin Theory thing. Obviously, Theory he's getting the cheers and stuff now, but we got to end that already. And send him to SmackDown, let him be on his own, let Theory do his own thing, and send Ray Phoenix for Raw because obviously he's gonna put the Lucha Bros together at some point.
I like that.
Damn. This trade, same thing with the Rhea thing. I wanted Grayson Waller on Raw for this trade I was about to make, and that trade was gonna be for LA Knight, but I found a replacement. I do kind of for Grayson Waller. I would keep him on Raw personally because we already got the Miz on SmackDown. Uh, I am going to trade Austin Theory for to SmackDown for that reason. Uh, for Carmelo Hayes.
Mm.
I'm gonna trade them. I think Austin Theory could again for the same reason for Chad Gable. They can start off in the mid card, then eventually progress to the main event. And Rodney Hills, Rodney Hills on all tips on every division, and every gender and division and tier of the card. So I think Carmelo Hayes could do good on Raw.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Get him away from the Miz for sure. This next one. Like I said, I like to keep the women's division fairly even if possible. I think you know, Io Sky doesn't have a lot of people to go against, in my opinion, and I think SmackDown is kind of starting to get a little out of hand. So with that being said, they just got Julia as well over there in SmackDown. So I think that we got to send somebody over there for Io Sky to face. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we're gonna trade two of the four horsewomen for each other straight up. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, and this is assuming that the Alexa Bliss storyline is already done with whatever they do. So we're gonna do Becky to SmackDown, Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Naomi, whoever the champion gets a new foe to face, and she don't got to do mid card stuff with Lyra, who's already gonna be over by then, and then Charlotte Flair gets to go up against Io Sky, and if Io Sky wins that, then she beats a big threat in Charlotte Flair, and then if not, then Charlotte Flair gets another championship that she hasn't held the world women's world championship, so it's a win-win regardless, and we keep them away from each other as well.
Agreed. I like that. I like that for
I
sure.
like that too. Now I gotta really look at this list because a few of my plans have changed. So, but you know what? I think Candace already back to NXT. I forgot. I forgot she still had a job there. Send Trick Williams to Raw.
Ooh. You might throw me some money and some second round picks for that though.
Yeah.
That's hella unfair.
Oh God, NXT losing. Nah, that's it. That's cool. Damn, I'm trying to think. Mm. So if I could, this may seem a little crazy, but mm, it's not necessarily a superstar. I would. This may seem a little controversial, but I would take out. I would take the whole. Damn. I would make. Oh, I got it. Ooh, this isn't a trade. This isn't a trade, but this would make stuff way more interesting. I would take away. This may be controversial, but you got to do it. I would take away the Women's U.S. Championship and the Raw Tag Team Championships. See, we don't need. It's too many belts. Not enough stories. Too many belts. Not enough stories. With that, you can make stories out of that. That can switch easily, and then you can make then you can make quote unquote filler trades for the tag team division and the women's division. Not necessarily all the time, but maybe like every 3 months because we need yearly trades, real trades, and every 3 months we probably need maybe a tag team or maybe a lower gotta be lower card. They gotta be low card. This is only for low card though. It gotta be low card because we gotta build them all the way up from we don't wanna If only in the context if it's like a loser leaves town match, which we don't even have no more. It gotta be a low card. So I would take out the women's United States Championship and the Raw Tag Team Championship. So that's not a trade, but I think that should happen.
I could see the tag team one. Nowadays, if you had one, because I think it kind of works for the women's tag team championships a little bit that you were able to go across three brands. Like if the Street Profits was just the overall tag champs and they went across brands, it could work. But that's just because Raw don't got a good division. If Raw's division was actually good and they utilized them, then I would say nah, you got to keep both of them. The women's one tricky though. I think the women's roster is too many of them right now to have one mid card championship, even though they don't really do much service to both, in my opinion. Lyra is a little bit better, but she don't really defend it. She just be wrestling just to have matches. Like she not defending the belt more so than just she's seen on TV a lot. But it could go either way though.
Yeah. Uh,
That so you gonna make a trade?
uh, damn, I ain't really, damn, I'm out of those. I only had like four listed. I'm trying to think. That's why I brought that up. That was on my mind though.
I was
Uh,
about to say you could wait till next round. We do two more
okay,
apiece.
cool, cool, cool.
Cause I got one that I just now seen. Trades also happen even when people are on the injury reserve list. So for me, I think you got to get her up out of there. I don't think Raw's gonna be a good look for Kiana James. So I would send Kiana James to SmackDown actually. And then from SmackDown, I would give Raw something back because you're dealing with a prospect that you're unsure of. So, I know that, the storyline, we don't know where it's gonna go, but I would get Santos Escobar up out of there. Send him to Raw where he could clash with Penta. He probably gonna lose to Andrade and lose his whole faction. So send him to Raw to go get his old faction back and get them out of LWO so they can have something to do.
Ooh,
You know that. You know
I
that.
like that. I like that. That's a good trade. Damn, that's a good trade. On God, it served great purposes. Raw need heels, bro. Raw need heels, and SmackDown need a deeper women's division. So yeah, I like that. Um,
I finally, I finally figured out what I'm gonna do with Nia Jax. It's 10 Nia Jax to Raw. I feel like she need to change the scenery. I think they had the payoff for her and Tiffany. It was good. It took too long for it to happen, but then we passed that now. The match was good, but I think she needs to change the scenery. She could be a dominant heel in the women's division with her and Lash Legend potentially being on the same brand. I think they could put on a good match, and I would send AJ Styles to SmackDown.
Mm.
AJ Styles and CM Punk a number one contenders match. Do AJ Styles and John Cena one last time. And if you have him doing mid card stuff, anything AJ Styles do, it's gonna be pretty decent. And I think he'll help out SmackDown a lot.
I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about that. I didn't know for who though. Yeah, I was trying to I was trying to match it, but nah. That's even. That's main event. That's main eventer for main eventer. Nia Jax for AJ Styles for sure. Uh, Damn. What was I just thinking about? I just had it on my mind. NXT. So I don't call ups because that's like a trade is like a call up at the same time, though. I don't want to say no NXT because I really haven't thought about that. Let's look. Let's look. Mm, I'm going to say trade Carlito to SmackDown for. Nah, I was gonna say him, but nah. Trade Carlito SmackDown for. I was gonna say him. Oh, yeah, that's I think that's even. Yeah, I was gonna say before well I still in my universe I would keep Grayson Waller on Raw because then Austin Theory would be on SmackDown. So Carlito to SmackDown for the Miz to Raw. Um,
Mm.
Carlito, either on the heel or babyface side, can move up from mid card to main eventer and give him a real legit run as Carlito, not as no Judgment Day old ass dude. He's way older than them. Like this faction don't even make sense. It's like a globalist clubhouse of a range of ages, which is weird as hell. But take him to SmackDown, give him a real run as Carlito, Caribbean cool, and put the Miz on Raw for the same reason. Raw needs heels. Miz got main event credibility. Miz can really try to go for, maybe if he wanted to get a real one more run, get that third WWE championship, probably face whoever the top face is, or again build up that heel side, and he could possibly make a tag team with Grayson Waller. So
Got you, got you. I'm not mad at that. One more Carlito run. For my last pick for this video, like I said, just because somebody injured, they could come back and do something very significant. And I'm gonna say for SmackDown, I think Shinsuke Nakamura will need him to be getting beat up by Aleister Black or whatever they about to do, because they about to do something. They showed a vignette for this man just to get his ass whooped, because I know that's what's coming. So how about we send Shinsuke to Raw? We can have matches with Penta one-on-one where you can have matches with whoever is over there for the mid-card championship. Maybe if Dominic's still there, he help elevate Dominic or whatever the case may be, if Dominic doesn't get traded. But we trade him to there, and then we send Bronson Reed to SmackDown. You got Braun Breaker, you got all these big time guys over there already, and Bronson Reed been out too long, so his momentum might not be the same. He come back, he fuck around, come back and lose to Rusev or something stupid like that, or lose to Sheamus, and we don't need that. If he go to SmackDown, even if him and Jacob Fatu, they was cool, but now he wants some championship gold, that'd be a good feud to start off to help either one of them. So, and then he could maybe clash with Drew McIntyre for no reason and actually beat him. So I'll put Bronson Reed on SmackDown for my last pick.
I like that. I like that for sure. Oh,
That's a
I
good
like that.
one. For this last one, this might make people mad, but send Rusev to NXT. Already before this happened, I already told people they wasn't going to do anything with Rusev. Him feuding with Alpha Academy, it's not helping him. It doesn't make him look dominant.
Okay, right.
And send Wesley up to Raw. Make Wesley your new
Ooh.
Ricochet. Put him in ladder matches, elimination chamber matches. You know he's not gonna win. He'll probably be a two-time I Fear US champion, but he's gonna have the high flying spots and stuff like that. You Wesley has a lot of potential. You can do more with him than you can with Rusev right now. It's the direction you're going with.
Okay.
Okay.
That's crazy. I mean, hey, I ain't mad at it, man. I mean, Rusev versus Obafemi will help Obafemi more than anything. So, I mean, hey.
Oh, I might have an NXT one. I gotta think who is worthy of a call up, bro. Like, cause I'm not trying to call up just anybody, bro. Like, I really need somebody worthy of a call up. Maybe two people for this one person that I want to send to SmackDown. I mean, the NXT. Uh, hmm. I'm looking at this NXT roster right now, man. Let's send. Oh, oh, I like this. Oh, I like this. I like this. Okay. After he loses after he loses his championship on NXT, I would trade Sheamus to this is a three-way trade. This is my last trade. Oh, it's a three-way trade. It's Sheamus to NXT, Sheamus to NXT. Ooh. Ethan Page to SmackDown and Ricky Saints to Raw.
Mm,
We need
hey,
we need some new fresh. We need more heels. We need more heels, bruh. We need more heels. Like I know, like we need mid card heels, we need heels, period, because to build faces. There's too many tweeners. We need outright heels. And Ricky Saints, he could be whatever on Raw. He could be whatever on Raw. Manager, heel, face, tag team. I think he got that ability. I ain't really seen too much, but I think he can do whatever. So
Hey, chat, I don't got their pictures, but use your imagination for Ricky Saints and
nowhere on the main roster, bro. I'm tired of seeing Sheamus. He needs to be taking L's for the rest of his career.
Oh man.
He never getting that IC title, so you might as well.
Yeah, for real. And if he do get it, they'll do it when it's like way too late and people gonna forget about it, bro. Like they'll do it like 2 years from now when nobody cares,
He
bro.
needs to face Obafemi or and face some Moose. He needs to be making them dream matches with the indie guys because I'm tired of seeing Sheamus as Sheamus. I like Sheamus, man, but Sheamus he come off as Sheamus ain't really Sheamus just his face run after his initial heel run on the main roster, it just came off hella corporate. He don't really got no identity at all. And he one of those guys, especially now, it really shows more so now than even back then, more so now than then, because he he doesn't provide anything on the main roster. He is a Triple H guy. He was really worked out. He literally worked out with Triple H. So we got to get him out of here.
This is gonna be a good comment section. But hey, man, that's the video for today, man. I think we did some good trades, man. I think this will really shake things up. You know, we back in the fantasy booking bag, man. I definitely make sure y'all subscribe to Affluential Sports. Make sure y'all subscribe to Rage, man. Rage, I think this is a banger of a video, and I think you know what I'm saying. I think we worked it out real well. So if y'all want to see more videos like this, maybe a part two. Maybe we include more NXT people. You know what I'm saying? Leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, subscribe to my guys. Appreciate y'all boys for coming through, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the video today, man.
Yes, sir. Till next.
Yes, sir.
Peace.